So bitch, stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a fucking choice. And I hate when a bitch says, oh, I'm single by choice. Bitch, no, you're not. You're single by choices. You're single by the choices that you make. You chose to have multiple kids with multiple niggas, bitch. That's why you're single. You chose to hang out with single, bitter bitches. That's why you're single. You chose to stay in a relationship with a fuck nigga. Now you are traumatized for life because of that. That's why you're single, bitch. All of these are choices. Okay, you're not choosing to be single, bitch. And for you bitches that want to convince me and anybody else that you can have any man you want, bitch, where is he? Go get him. Exactly. You over here choosing to work on your fucking career and focus on your career rather than focusing on building a healthy relationship with somebody. That's why you're single, bitch. By choices, not by choice. So, bitch, stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a fucking choice. So, bitch, stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a fucking choice. And I hate when a bitch says, oh, I'm single by choice. Bitch, no, you're not. You're single by choices. You're single by the choices that you make. You chose to have multiple kids with multiple niggas, bitch. That's why you're single. You chose to hang out with single, bitter bitches. That's why you're single. You chose to stay in a relationship with a fuck nigga. Now you are traumatized for life because of that. That's why you're single, bitch. All of these are choices. Okay, you're not choosing to be single, bitch. And for you bitches that want to convince me and anybody else that you can have any man you want, bitch, where is he? Go get him. Exactly. You over here choosing to work on your fucking career and focus on your career rather than focusing on building a healthy relationship with somebody. That's why you're single, bitch. By choices, not by choice. So, bitch, stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a fucking choice. So, bitch, stop acting like...
I'd love to give more praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai, Rod Quacker Dodge, and double honors to the elders from GMS who rule well. Salutations to them, to the apostles, and brothers laboring the truth, doing the work day and night and day, diligently, and to you sisters who are loving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, loving yourself, respecting yourself, loving your husband, respecting your husband, loving your children, taking care of the home, and just learning in silence and staying positive. Right, so yeah, we got a video here of Eve, the black woman, calling the black woman out, you know, and she's telling y'all, like, yo, listen, she said the only reason why you're single is because of the decisions you're making. You have a bad, poor decision making. You don't know how to make decisions. You have a problem. That's why you always go from man to man to man, and you go from guy to guy to guy, and you jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, like you couch hopping, like you have no place of rest, you have no place of stability, you have no place to call it your own. You're not chosen to be the number one because you choose to parlay and have fun with multiple men. So when you're having fun with multiple men, these are the result of your life. You want to be like a man, so you decide to do things like a man. You're going to end up with the single life. When women that live in a promiscuous life, what typically tends to happen to them 95% of the time. I'm not giving y'all no break of a short. So some of y'all get a man and they get married. No, that's the rare bucket case. All right, which no man should be giving them choices like that until they fully repent, you know. And it's hard, man. It's hard to find someone that's never been traumatized. You know, someone got a story. Someone always got a problem. You know what I mean? Some others' problems may be a little different than others, but, you know, it's hard to find that person. That's why men prefer young virgins, young women who then experience or get tossed in the street like a rag doll. You know what I'm saying? So most of these women that live in a promiscuous lifestyle, what tends to happen is they get burnt out, and they get burnt out and they get drained out, and then when it's time for them to settle down or try to settle down, there's nothing left in the tank. Nobody wants them because they have too much of experience with men. you know, you're making components of comparison of men, who's better and who's worse. No woman should make a comparison like that. But I do understand to a degree where it comes of you know, women sometimes, they don't have a great discipline in those areas, where a woman, not justifying it though, but a woman typically have a guy here and there, so she kind of understands to a degree of what's out there. But at the same token, a woman is supposed to be happy and accept what she got. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but a lot of women don't want to accept that, because they believe in this one woman man, like Dave Hollister said in this music. I'm a one woman's man, monogamy ideology on boys. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, and when women say, "Oh, I decided I choose to be single," no, it's a lie. That is a lie. No woman wants to choose to be single. She'll choose to have her mind clear, or try to work on herself to be disciplined. But no woman on this planet wants to be single. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, certain women may live a life where, they'd rather choose and honor the Most High in His whole entirety, and dedicate her life to Him. But a lot of women, every woman desires to have a mate. You understand? So I don't want to hear that. That's in there. That's in your nature. But some women have more discipline where they don't have to react. I see some women always want that. I need a man. I gotta have a man. They gotta have one. My cousin was like that. My snitch of a cousin, man. She a snitch, man. She did my sister, child's father dirty, man. So like I said, when we was kids, she always had this attitude of I gotta get a man, I'm fast, because her mother allowed her to be the promiscuous little terror in these streets. And her father couldn't tell her nothing, because the mother had showed disrespect, in front of her amongst her dad. So when you doing bad behavior like that, no man is going to get respected, because if the woman of the house, out of all of y'all is disrespecting the man, the child's going to do it too. You understand what I'm saying? The child is going to do it too. So guess what happens? She disrespects her dad. So when she see that, she's accepting the bad behavior that was trained in her home. So now she goes and trying to find a man to man. I see my cousin have too many boyfriends. That's insane to me. That's not normal, and people normalize that today. Oh, it's okay. Oh, my daughter cute. She had a boyfriend. That's not cute to have a boyfriend. Boyfriend is not in the Bible. That's not biblical. She gets with a man that's chosen from her father, who selects the proper dude, right? Who's in a righteous state of mind, who's keeping the commandments and the ordinances of the Lord. That's what a man was. That's the father of a job. I mean, that's the father's job to pick a man for your daughter. That's why when women pick a man for them, it's not good. She may, especially if she's not coming spiritually with the sense that Yahweh has given her, she's going to go based on her lustly flesh, what makes her feel good, and they make bad decisions because they was taught and trained how to live a fantasy, wild life. Any woman that's bored, let her go. If she's bored, you let her go. You do it when you're ready to make that woman enjoy the pleasures of the pleasures of you and her together. Excuse me, guys. I sneeze. Salakia. So you have a lot of these women, right? A lot of these women think that they're automatically supposed to be given something because they looking for a boyfriend, or they got a man already, or they got this and that and that. You feel what I'm saying? That don't work that way. And she made a perfect example. She called y'all exactly who y'all supposed to be. A bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the ones that's trying to be a woman. This don't go out for all the women. This go out to women that chooses the bitch life. You feel me? So the sister said, well, okay, so since you claiming this, and so show us the typical man that's typical to choose. Show us women. Because you don't know, because you are living a promiscuous lifestyle. And that's why a lot of y'all going to learn, and that's why a lot of y'all going to suffer. That's why a lot of y'all is going to lose your life based on bad decisions on choosing men. You don't know how to have a relationship. You don't know how to understand about healing and proper relationship dealing with the Lord, man. You don't understand that. You know what you think your healing is? Being quiet for a little while. No, that's not healing. Healing is when you have to acknowledge it and confront it and face it and own up to it and cast down what you did wrong. Even if you got to write it down. Know that you don't do that no more and change that. If you do not change that, it's never going to be the better outcome for you. Some women may catch it early and check themselves, or a man may check them, put them in their place, and then they don't do it no more. Some women go a whole lifetime and miss the mark. But women see other women married and the couple is living a great life. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do. No issue, no problem. Women get jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? Women get jealous of that because they see that, oh, how can I sabotage this? How can I come in between them? How can I throw a bone in the midst of this? What can I do to cause disturbance in their relationship? You feel me? And, a lot of people don't understand, man. A lot of people don't understand this is something serious, man. You don't play around. You don't play around with that type of stuff. You feel me? And she talking about she's single by choice. Oh no, she's single. Let me see. It says she's single by choice, is not by choice. Yeah, it's not a choice. It's choices that you're making that's making you single. It's not just a choice. It's not that based on one thing. You're doing a plethora of things that is causing your ass to get in trouble. And I told myself, man, I'm never ever gonna deal with a woman that have multiple issues. If you got too many issues, I'm not gonna even entertain you. I'm just gonna end you. You know what I mean? And I seen so many women and men having the same type of tyrannical issue. They have the same issue. That same issue be no father figure, no male figure, there's no female figure in the right state of mind to teach a woman how to be a woman. And men raise children better than women. Men can teach a woman how to be a woman and a man. You understand? Excuse me. He could teach a son and a daughter how to become proper adults. How to become proper adults in their own in their own way of life of growing up. A man, not saying a man can teach a woman how to be feminine, but he can show her how to respect herself and love herself and what not to accept and what to accept from a man. If that man's a righteous man, that girl is going to be a feminine woman. She's going to understand how women are supposed to treat men. Typically, when you see a father raise a daughter, and he's in his right state of mind, and he got custody of his kids, that daughter becomes one of the greatest wife that you can choose, man. I'm telling you, because a father, he put structure there. Look at the show Smart Guy. A single father. He had a wife, but she passed away, right? On the show, right? He raised three black children. It's a black family show. The little boy, obviously the show called Smart Guy, because TJ he's supposed to be this super brainiac. Then his brother is not too bright, but he has the cool edge. He's cool. He's slick, and he got game, and he's a basketball star on the team, and he got that. Then he has a daughter. Well, the daughter named Yvette. She's very, very respectful. She's very on the show. You could tell that she has a lot of respect for men. You don't never see her talk back to her father on that show. She may trying to come up with different slick ways to help her brother get out certain things, but he checks her when she said, "You're right, Dad," and she corrects her brothers when they going off, because she knows that respecting yourself goes a long way. And she even she was even showing her brothers, don't treat good women that care for you like this. So you telling me that's not a great show? To me, that was one of the best shows out of the single mother parent show that you see on it. That shit was better than the Parkers. I don't care what anybody tell me. On the show, all you see her daughter jumping from man to man to man. Nikki Parker having promiscuous lifestyle, even though she keeps chasing the Professor Overby, and she kept chasing because she liked him, I get it, but she had to go with another man, another guy here on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's showing the typical black woman. Then she's arguing with her baby father, who played Kim's father, which is Tommy Ford, that played on Martin. They arguing. She's a bitter baby mother. You know why? Because Tommy knew what kind of woman she was. Tommy knew that she was a bird. And on top of that, he still was tapping that ass. He was still getting some from her, even though he wasn't with her. It showed it on the show in one of the episodes. He slept with the girl while she's still chasing Professor Overby. And then she going from man to man to man. Then her unstable daughter is doing the same thing. That's why when she was dating that boy that played in the movie The Wood on the show, right? I think his name was Terrell. His mother spotted her on the show and said, even though it's a show, she said, you liking these young heifers, these no good ass women, boom, 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 boom. The mother ain't saying it for a reason, because she did her research, did her homework on who this girl was. And she went straight for the jugular, because she knew that girl was no good in California. Not saying she's a bad person, but the mistakes that she's doing, she's making the mistakes like her mother is making. Trying to be, I'm independent. If she's so strong independent, why are you chasing men? Why are you trying to get a man? If you're so independent, you don't need a man. Don't chase no man. So why are you doing it? Her friend on the show would tell her, Nikki, why are you being so stubborn? Why are you being so hard? Like, stop doing this. She was telling her from a perspective as a friend looking at her, because her friend was smarter than her. And Dell didn't have no kids. She had no children. And you didn't see her bouncing from man to man to man. Yes, she liked the men. I like this. She had a little funny ways, But you didn't see her jumping from man to man to man to man on the show. Did she have a fun with some men? Of course. But the thing that I'm trying to show you from these films and these movies, what this lady's saying that you women are pretenders. You are phony pretenders. You are full of BS. And you go around acting like things are all good, but it's not good. No man don't want no woman that is sloppy seconds or sloppy thirds, man. No man don't want that. Men want a woman that is healed, that is properly properly in order. No men don't want a woman that come with thousands of baggages of choices she have made because she can't get it right. Women are foolish. We make bad decisions. Sometimes women end up with a man that they say, well, I'm gonna deal with him because the real guy really want it. He ain't there. He ain't for me. Or well, I thought that was the guy I really wanted, man. I still want him, but I since he don't want me, I'll take this guy that's in front of me. That's a bad way to go. Because when a man find out you think like that about him, he gonna leave. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it when men waste all their life and just to find out, and he gone. He can't get back 20 years. Listen, man, I've been with my wife for 20 years. Listen to me. I've been with my wife for 20 fucking years. Right? Ups and downs and merry-go-rounds and, and I see the good, the bad, and the ugly. We had a lot of bad, a lot of things. I did a lot of things I'm guilty of, but I'm not guilty because as a man, this is my nature of a man. But the way of going about it and having respect, yeah, it kind of went a different way because look at the things that she was doing. You understand? So, yeah, in the beginning, when you're young, you don't have, like a better understanding or great communication skills, it goes left. When you don't have good communication skills, it goes left. Me, I always have communication skills until a woman don't understand and she's not respecting it, then I shut down. I'm not gonna keep explaining myself over and over and over. Because once I'm good to you and I'm doing right by you in the beginning, right, and you do me wrong, all bets are off against me. And I'm a kind of person, I'll deal with you, but I'm not gonna treat you good. You always have to wait on that hand and foot for me. You gonna have to beg and say, damn, we don't go out nowhere, we don't do nothing. Nope. But you still gonna give me that PUSSY. You still gonna give it to me. The next woman, right, or the one I'm dealing with on the side, when I'm good to her, she good to me, she get all the perks. You sitting there looking stupid. I don't mind dragging you along. I don't care. But typically, I'll just tell you I'm done with you. Depending on the situation. I don't care. Because a lot of you women don't have no respect. So I'm going to treat you how you treat men. I'm going to carry you along until you get tired. And when you want to go, you go. But when you leave, you stay out there. There's nothing out there in that world but demons, goblins, and damn predators, and damn vampires. They're going to suck you dry. They're going to do you wrong. And you know how I know this? Because I see this from women all the time. I see women try to get back with their man, or they try to circle the block, come back. It happened to me. Most girls, most women, most ladies or females that I dealt with, majority of the time, they don't stay. They don't stay. And I ask myself, damn, is it me? It's not me. You know what it is? My boundaries are too strong, are too stiffened. They can't handle it. When they know they can manipulate me or trick me or make me change my ideology, my way of thinking, and my faith, they run. They don't stay long. Shoot. So at the end of the day, fellas, what you gonna do? You gonna sit back and hold on, guys. So you guys better understand it, man. Let's get some scriptures here. Let's get some scriptures here. Let's get some scriptures here. In order for a woman to be a man's wife, she has to be in the right state of mind. She has to be appealing, stunning, smart, beautiful, loving, kind, sweet, feminine. These are the attributes of a woman, man. And woman, I'm not saying she's supposed to be the perfect woman, but she has to strive to be, and fight for that perfection, and fight, and show love to her man. Don't ever disrespect your man in no way or turn, because when you start disrespecting him, and that's why a lot of you women would never ever see marriage, and because you don't respect. How you gonna disrespect a man that was raised by men that know how to be a man? How you gonna disrespect a man like that? You think every man's gonna tolerate disrespect? Some man, what? Man, I'm going. I'm gonna tolerate. I'm going. He'll leave. He'll never gotta come back. That's what real men do. Real men don't take you back. All right? They don't take you back. You done. I don't care how all apologies in the world. Once you do a man wrong, that's it. He will never ever come back to you. Ecclesiastes 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. There you go. So the number of the days of that man shall be doubled because he have a virtuous wife, and a wife that's very, very respectful, she's honorable, she's loyal, she's disciplined, she's beautiful minded, strong in her feminine way. You understand? She's kind, she's caring. These are the women that we look for. Especially the men of the Lord. And the men of the world, they had a gist of understanding what a virtuous woman is, but they gotta understand that to get a true woman is finding a woman that understand the truth too. But sometimes these women in truth, they get too beside themselves. They don't understand. They think they understand, but they don't get it. They don't understand. In my mind, when you find a woman, man, you supposed to find when you find a woman, man, you supposed to break bread with her, And I understand that people that when they don't understand the truth, and they mess up like I did with with this girl, I forgave her, gave her a chance because she was learning, so she didn't have no understanding. So I kind of like fell back, but I also was still holding her to a degree of having respect and having honor. You feel me? So you didn't do that. You went against the grain, and when you meeting someone new, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got ties. You still have ties with the old dude. You know what I'm saying? And when you got ties with someone old, and you rush into something new, but that's why, matter of fact, I ain't rush her. I dealt with her for 9 months before I even did anything with the girl. But you go back into your ways and you fell short, because it can't leave you. That's who you are. You got to accept that you're a promiscuous woman. You have to accept that. And I don't think she fully accept that she is a promiscuous woman. She didn't accept that yet. She just jumped onto the scene of trying to be the best Hebrew Israelite when it's convenient for her. That's not how that works. You don't turn this on and off. This is a continuous thing forever. You don't pick God on the back burner, then you ready to do God's work. No, that doesn't work that way. Verse 2, a virtuous woman rejoices for her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. So my life should be in peace. But Mom, what peace did you give me? What peace, sisters that's out here, what peace are you giving your man? If you had one that was in the truth, what did you do? What did you do? You're gonna say, oh, it was him, or he did this, or he ain't moved quick enough like how I want him to be. No, that doesn't work that way. That's for women that's women that's unhealed. They don't know how to operate a relationship. A virtuous woman don't see that. You didn't have that gift to see that because you're not virtuous. You have to truly sincere stop what you're doing. But a piece of that would never leave your brain. All right? Let me jump down to Let me jump down to 10. No, let me jump down to 11. 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Yes, that's very correct. So when you see a woman dressing up with, these eyelashes or she's staring at you down hard and you get mesmerized, remember, when they doing those things, it's a different type of look. Not a look like, oh, I think he cute. No, that look, that look, she's like, you see, it's a sexual look. Oh, I want you to take me down. That's the kind of look that she's giving you. You understand? So you got to be aware of that, man. Beware. Don't be jumping up quick. Just be disciplined. See her. Okay, cool. I see her. All right, cool. But I don't want that, man. I'm good. Verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Yes, that's why a father's job is to look at his daughter and get on his daughter's case. You get on your daughter's case. You don't give your daughter a lot of liberty to do whatever the fuck she want to do, because once she start doing that, then that's when her being promiscuous and being wild starts to come into play. My daughter, my oldest daughter, I don't play no games. But I give her freedom where she understands she's cool. She's not looking for those things. But I show her, and I talk to my daughter. I told my daughter, one day you're going to want to be with a man and you want to like him and deal with him. I said, not a problem. But don't disrespect the teachings that I'm teaching you. And yes, you have your own ways of doing certain things, not a problem. But I told her, respect yourself and respect your husband. Don't ever, I told my daughter, if you ever disrespect me in front of your husband, I will disrespect both of y'all, because he's not checking you and I'm going to check you. So don't play with me. See, I understand that. I said, well, you're going to have respect. And you're not going to be out here in the streets disrespecting me. She don't do that. She come in, she doing homework, she go on her tablet, watch her movies. She's a homebody, and that's how I teach my daughter. She understands the scriptures. We go over it. I talk to her about it. I'm grateful to have a daughter like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm thanking God she's not out there wild. She go out with her mom, and they go out and do some things, and they have a relationship where a mother and daughter should have. So she understands, because she's being taught by a woman. Teaching her, how to certain things, what to do, what not to do, what to expect, what not to expect. Whatever. Okay. Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So don't be shocked when she trespasses against you. So when this girl used to do that to me, she would trespass against me. I kind of had like a marble eye, but that kind of caught myself. I was like, wait a minute, you're a bird. That's what you do. Oh, that's the kind of person you are. Okay. So I really didn't take it too much to her heart. So I accepted for who she was. And I said, okay, well, you know what? I'll just enjoy my time with you, have my fun. And once the fun is over, I'm done. I'm gone. The fun was over. Like I said, the fun was over. And because I'm not going to keep going through that. I said, man, I'm ending this shit. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to be cool. And let her do what she got to do. And then when I reach back out to her, if we go there, go there. Don't, cool. She didn't press the issue. I ain't pressed the issue. I left it alone. Because I already knew that she was already talking to someone. But when I come in, everyone stopped. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. Nah, keep doing what you was doing. Cause you ain't supposed to be dealing with no motherfucking body. But who am I to tell you? You don't respect yourself. So why the fuck I'm gonna respect you? It's the bottom line, right? Anyway, it's not about that. Anyway, 13, the grace of a wife, the light of her husband, and discretion will fatten his bone. There you go. She's very discreet. She got respect. She's very silent. She don't talk much. She keep it to herself. She don't discuss her business. She don't give a man a chance to even, whatever. But we got a woman that's loud, ghetto. She's talkative, or she argumentative. That's the signs right there. Verse 14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there's nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. There you go. She's very easy to teach. She's very easy to understand and accept. She listen out. She said, wow, okay, this dude, okay, I could listen to this guy. He could lead me. Man, this guy, a woman tell it to herself. She said, oh, I like how he move. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And she do exactly what you tell her. With no issue. So what's the issue? With you Eve, man. That's why me personally, I prefer the Southern tribe women. The Northern tribe women over the Southern tribes, because at least with the Latino women, the Latino women, they give you a better, they give you a better chance, and they mess up too. But they at least they're a little bit more. They're a little bit more tolerable to a degree. Sometimes they get a little crazy too. They got their little fucked up madness. But when she start doing that shit too, you leave. Get away from her. You know? So yeah. Verse 23, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to that feareth the Lord. That's why the Most High done cut ties off from me and that girl. He got me away from her because she was wicked, and he kept me to be in my righteous state. It proved it. You wicked, you did wickedness, so it came to you. Your troubles of your hardship came back on you. You reap what you sow. You did evil, evil came back to you. You know? So you looking for comfort from me, it's not going to happen. Verse 24, a dishonest woman, she was dishonest. Okay? Content of shame. You done made shame. Right? But an honest woman will reverence her husband. You wasn't honest with yourself. So how you gonna want me to be a husband to you, but you couldn't reverence the small things that I told you to do, to follow? It was hard for you to follow because it was a challenge. You didn't want to be a wife. You wanted the entitlement of a wife, but you didn't want to have the responsibility of a wife. That's all. That's what it was. And I couldn't give you that. I couldn't see forth to make you forth more of a wife, and you can't even do the things I'm telling you to do. It's not going to work. Verse 26, a woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise of all, right? So you will have favor from your neighbors and your peers. Your peers will say, wow, look at her. Yo, you got a good man. Yo, you doing the right thing by your man. I see you love your man. Yo, we give you that. Nah, but the opposite is you're going to get, oh, damn, she got another man. Damn, she dealing with another dude. Damn, how long that's going to work? Damn, she a bird? That's the talks you're going to get. Oh, damn, she got children by multiple men? Who fault was that? Your fault. Your choices. Right? And then it said, verse 25, a shameless woman will be counted as a dog, as a bitch, like that lady saying in the beginning of this video. But she that shamefaced will fear the Lord. So if you have any kind of fear, right, or kind of shame, a humble shame, you be like, yo, let me humble myself before the eyes of the Lord. Nah, you don't do that. Nah, you keep doing what you do and you mess up. Verse 26, a woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise of all, right? But, right, what's this? But she that dishonors him in her pride shall be counted ungodly no more. And so what Shorty did to me, you dishonor me with your pride. You had a lot of pride, and you was loyal to your wicked ass emotion. That didn't the scripture tell you in Jeremiah 17:9 it said that your heart is wicked, right? Right? Your heart is wicked, man. Right? And you had pride. That's why you did what you did. That's why you came to me, and you admitted. But the thing with you is, yeah, you admit it, but it be too late. Why would you do something and then admit it? Don't do nothing, so you got nothing to admit to. And that's what I realized was, she always admits something after the fact when something goes wrong, or she get caught, and I always would catch her. I always caught her. I mean, I catch everything, but the thing when time for me to catch her, I catch her. That's why Yahweh has shown me about who you were. He knew that you was full of shit. You didn't really care. You thought it felt good to care. It felt something worth the while to care, but you didn't really take it. You didn't really take it to the max to really care. Okay? So yeah, so that's how it is, man. That lady is right. She said a lot of y'all, you don't know the true definition of having a man. Your ideal of a man is street niggas. Niggas getting to the bag, getting locked up. They always got you in a roller coaster of emotion and drama. Fuck that, man. You crazy, man. All you doing, you're chasing the mirror of yourself. That same person that you chasing to be on edge, that's the same nigga that gave you the trauma. You know, I'm not saying that particular person, but those are niggas that, one of those type of dudes that you dealt with, you stay with that trauma. I tell my dudes all the time, if a nigga got issues and he got problems and he got trauma, get away from him. Don't bring no motherfucker like that to my crib. And I'm in the right state of mind. My mind is right. I'm focused. I'm working hard for what I got. To lose it to a foolish ass nigga. I told my daughter, if you bring a foolish nigga in this house and you justify you want to fight for his love and he ain't trying to be better or whatever, you out of here. You gone. I ain't dealing with that shit. Now you come to my home and you bring a nice man. He got a good head on his shoulder. He's a lawyer or something. He's doing work and he's working hard and he's a capable man. He's a loving guy. He's a respectable guy. I can respect him. And 9 out of 10, she may not even find an Israelite man out here because a lot of guys don't even know the fucking truth. So if she find a guy and he's willing to understand the truth, or even if he's not, or he get it, but that's not what he want, but he still love my daughter, I can accept that. I can take that. That's her choice. If she want to be, she said, Daddy, I like this guy. Okay, cool. But I said, I think this guy would be better. You know, but it is what it is. Anyway, hope to be edifying. Shalom.